Hello and welcome to a Sophisticated Pairs video blog. My name is Erica and today I am going to be reviewing the Tutti Rouge Liliana bra. Now I've actually reviewed Liliana before because when Tutti Rouge first debuted they sent me a free sample of the Liliana. However, the size wasn't quite right, which impacted how it fit, and I had heard that Tutti Rouge was using customer feedback to improve the design throughout the seasons. As a result, I was really excited to try the bra again and see what had changed. Now, as I mentioned, the first time around the sizing wasn't quite right. So when it came to ordering Liliana again, I was kind of agonizing over the decision. Not only was I not sure how Tutti Rouge's sizing ran now as compared to when I tried them originally, but I was also having a lot of weight issues. I was at a higher weight, I was in the process of losing it, and anyone who's ever been in weight transition can definitely tell you it is very difficult to pick a bra size to order. It's very hard, especially when you don't know how the brand sizing is going to run either, so I agonized a lot over the decision. What I ultimately decided to do was just go with the size that I had gotten before in Tutti Rouge to fit, which was a 32 double H. Now ordinarily I take a 30 double H in most UK brands, so this is up a cup and a band size. And in fact, the original Liliana bra I got was a 30 double H, and the band was really tight, the cup was really small, and I figured that probably if I'd had a chance to try it in a 32 double H at that time, it would have fit much better. So when I first got the bra, I was a little heavier than I am now, and the Liliana I had to wear in a full extender. It was really tight. Today I am wearing it on a half extender, so it's still pretty tight. I measured myself for the video to make sure where I was at physically, and my ribcage measures 30.5 inches today. And I estimate that I'm wearing the bra at a tightness level equivalent to, say, a 33 band. So this bra definitely runs tight. I think if I were to order it again, I would actually consider going with the 34 instead, making this a significantly tighter band than I was expecting. The fabric on the wings doesn't feel extremely stretchy either, so I feel like that's going to create an issue. I don't think I would be able to just wear the 32 and let it break in. I think that it's not going to stretch out very well over time. So cup size wise though, I think the 32 double H is great. I don't have any overflow, there's no wrinkling, there's no puckering. It's just the band that's the problem. Hence why if I were to reorder, I would do like 34H instead. So let's talk about the Liliana bra. It's a 3-section cup, the bottom 2 parts of which are lightly padded, and the top is a piece of fabric with some embroidery. This is kind of interesting because most of the time in the floor bust market you either see completely unpadded styles or fully padded styles, and this is a little bit of both. I like the way that they decided to use this embroidered piece at the top. I think that it kind of helps contour the cup very well across the bust line here. And it does give kind of a nice lift from the bottom, but I am having some serious fit issues. So for starters, the center gore here is on the wider side. Now it is tacking nice and firmly here, but it's kind of wide. The cups are a little shallow towards the center. I have extra space here at the bottom of the cup where my breast tissue, no matter how I wrangle it, doesn't want to sit where it needs to be. The underwire is kind of sliding down the rib cage. But the big problem is the side. If we look at the side here, I have a lot of space between this underwire and my breast tissue. I have like 4 fingers worth of space between underwire and breast tissue. That is really unheard of for me. Usually it's like 2, maybe 3. This is a lot. And I think that this is also probably part of the reason why I'm having some issues with the band, as well as why I don't think it's going to stretch. You see, at this point here, because this is so wide, the bra is actually using the cup portion as part of the band. Instead of having the underwire end here and then have the band stretching around the back, part of the cup is physically being used in the function of a band, and I think that that's creating some of these problems. The cup is kind of got a nice level of coverage here towards the front, which I like, but the sides are also really tall, and particularly having that underwire stretching so far, it's pulling this side here really sharply into my arm area. It's really bothersome. Even with the extender where, you know, the band feels nice and comfortable, I'm still getting this pull, and it's hitting me in a spot that is a personal pet peeve area for me. I move a lot during the day. I'm a very active person when I'm at my job, and this area is one of the places that is kind of the first to aggravate me. If a bra hits me here and it's bothering me, I know by the end of the day I'm going to have welts, maybe a bruise, and I don't want that. So that's kind of an instant deal breaker for me. In fact, this bra is very reminiscent to me of some ones I've tried in the past. It actually reminds me a lot of a curvy cape bra, especially some of their older models, which are a little bit wider. You have kind of like that same 3-section cup. It's kind of got the wide shallow thing going on, and that just does not work for me. I have very close set breasts toward the center. I don't have a lot of side breast tissue, so this is pretty much the opposite of my shape. Now on the positive side, if you're the opposite of my shape, then you should definitely consider Liliana. But if you find that we are very similar in what works for us, don't go for Liliana. I think it's going to create some problems. I also think that the bra would probably be better suited for women kind of in that double D through maybe F cup range, especially maybe in their plus sizes, because I think the Liliana now goes up to a 44F, and I think this bra would be great for that because the underwires are kind of wide, but they're angled a little bit more, and I think that will give like good pull from the side. And again, I think that probably in that, double D through F range, some of these problems will not be as noticeable or as bothersome as they are for me. I think it's because I'm in that sort of smaller band, higher cup, that they're creating fit issues and they're creating comfort issues. So if you're kind of in that range, maybe you want to try it. I think it would work better again for somebody who needs a wider underwire, maybe needs a shallower cup. I would not recommend it even if you are in the smaller like cup size range, like double D through F, if you have close set breasts with no side tissue. I think you're going to run into the same issues I'm running into right now. This is definitely a bra for someone who's wider rooted and maybe has average to wide set breasts. So keep that in mind whenever you're thinking about this one. So I was really bummed that this didn't fit me as well as I wanted because I think it's super cute. We have this great, very soft inner padding of the cup. It's hot pink, and then we have the great black lace on the outside. The upper cup here is black with this nice pop of ribbon detailing here in hot pink. Tutti Rouge is really good about creating these final finishing touches, and you have these nice contrasting hot pink bows. You have the heart-shaped adjusters in the back. I mean, overall, really beautiful bra. The quality is very nice. I feel like the wings aren't going to stretch out very quickly. The padding is firm enough to give support, but it's not really heavy. It doesn't feel super bulky. I like the way the bra physically feels. I think the only thing really that's bothering me again is just this part of the shape because it's so tall. But the fabric's not itchy, it's not scratchy. Even the lace here on the side is really soft and smooth. So I love the materials they've used. I love the overall design of this. I think it's really fun, it's very cute. I just think that there's some fit issues going on with this one. I think that it's going to take a bit of a different shape than what I have to fill it. I'm not entirely sure that it's going to be as successful in that HHH J cup range just because most of the ladies wearing that size typically have more forward tissue. But it is something that's really nice. The shape on this one is also a little bit more minimized. Now, I'm not one to necessarily care about a minimized profile, but I know that some ladies who are fuller busted would rather have something that's not quite so forward. I'm used to Comexum, which kind of has everything out there and in front and center, and this one does have a little bit more of a subdued look. I do find it's giving me a little bit, not entirely east-west, but perhaps a little bit more splayed than I'm used to. So you might want to think about that if you like that more minimized profile as well. I also want to make a quick note about the price on this. Originally, the Tutti Rouge prices were a little bit lower. They now have stateside representation for retailers, and the manufacturer suggested retail price on Liliana for the United States is $65. So I wanted to note that. I think the quality of the bra has definitely gone up, and I could see why they've increased the overall price, but I know that a lot of people looked at Tutti Rouge as sort of a maybe cheaper competitor for Freya, but now a lot of the Tutti Rouge products are on par with the Freya prices. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about ordering it and you see that us retailers in the United States are charging like $65 for the bra. That's actually what we're supposed to be charging for it. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to email me at sophisticatedpair@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out our blog, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest for all the latest news and event information. Thanks for watching.